Hello everybody, Pax here. We're going to be playing Alice in Wonderland, a realm of pure madness. In that direction, the cat said, waving its paw around, lives a hatter. And in that direction, waving the other paw, lives a March hare. Visit either you like. They're both mad. But I don't want to go among mad people, Alice remarked. Oh, you can't help that, said the cat. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad. Lewis Carroll, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So we're going to be playing on standard. Our investigators are going to be Tommy and Norman. And here's their respective deck lists, which I'm adding in post-production because I pulled up the wrong deck lists when I did this live. So yeah, here's my Norman deck. I'm trying to go for a bit of the skill thing with the Livre, so I'm thinking about Astronomical Atlas. I'm thinking about Guts. I'm thinking about Divine Inspiration. As good icons. So that's kind of the direction this is headed. And then Tommy, which is the one that I had the wrong deck list with, here's what he's looking like. I'm torn at level 0 between a Blessed build and just kind of going for Star and just building like a cool Becky Voltron deck. And I think this is open to go either way. If I just replace the 2 Keep Faith and the 2 Winchesters early for other stuff. One thing that this deck is missing is Tetsuo. I've got Madame instead of Tetsuo. And like I said, this is post-production. I'm pretty sure it should be Tetsuo. So I'm probably going to buy some Exile cards or do something funny to get Tetsuo into the deck. But anyways, that's the deck lists, and now let's head into the game. So, I've already done my opening hands. I've already got this scenario set up, so let's continue on. Prologue. The incident was at first assumed to be a case of fatigue and paranoia. A traveling Englishwoman by the name of Alice Little collapsed screaming as the train arrived at Arkham's North Side station. Other passengers tried to console her, but Miss Little was in a state of sheer panic. The man dressed in newspaper, the goat and the beetle. You saw them too, didn't you? She pled to the onlookers, but they only shook their heads in bewilderment. It's still following me after all this distance. How far will be far enough? The young woman's panic quickly mounted, and the passengers called for the conductor to escort her off the train. She begged them not to keep her, that she must continue her journey immediately, but her protests were ignored. Who could believe such a preposterous story? You yourself might have doubted her, too, had you not also seen these strange figures that Alice described in the brief moment before she collapsed. You depart the train as soon as possible, but find no trace of Miss Little on the platform. Porters tell you that the police got involved and decided to take her to Arkham Asylum for temporary care. You wrinkle your nose at the prospect of the infamous sanitarium doing her any sort of good. Whatever Alice saw on the train must have existed, however briefly, and you must speak with her to find out what it was and why it fills her with such a powerful dread. You head home to prepare to have an in-depth talk with Miss Little. Arkham has been long plagued by the weird, ghoulish, and arcane. It may not have been as big a shock to you as it might have been to others, but the fact that a foreigner was affected immediately upon arriving in Arkham strikes you as especially odd. As you gather your things at home, your mind runs over the hundreds of possible evils that could be haunting Miss Little, each less pleasant than the last. You pocket some weapons and extra materials on the off chance that you'll have to confront anything sinister. Your own house lies across the city from the asylum, giving you plenty of time to speculate as you trek over to Arkham's downtown district. You hope that it's just your eyes playing on your fears, but the city seems darker than it should. Than it should be for a summer afternoon. Scenario 1, Arkham in Wonderland. You enter the asylum and approach the receptionist, expecting a long and tedious chain of permissions, but are pleasantly surprised to find that Alice can be freely visited. Miss Little was quite cooperative upon her arrival, and was granted a furnished room without restraints. An orderly escorts you down one of the less unpleasant halls and into Alice's room. She sits on the edge of her bed with her hands folded, and her head snaps up as you enter, apprehension plastered on her face. Once you make it clear that you believe her story, however, Alice relaxes visibly, but her worried expression remains. What you saw was a dream, she explains slowly. One from my childhood of a strange place called Wonderland. How innocent it once was. Her voice trails off and she begins to tremble. When I was younger, I believed it to be a real place. It all seemed so real to me then. and it was that belief that drew the attention of something dark, a great and terrible creature that dwells in shadows and feeds on dreams. But rather than devour Wonderland, the creature strengthened it. No, raised it like cattle, fattened it. Wonderland became more vivid and real than I ever imagined it could be, and it grew beyond my ability to control. Now, in recent months, my dreams have begun to manifest in the real world. Her story is utterly fantastical, but you find yourself drawn in even more. Alice continues with deep terror beginning to surface. The creature is using me to bridge the gap of reality. It wishes to merge the waking world with Wonderland in order to consume them both. It began in my hometown of England, where the world began to unravel around me. I fled, hoping to find a way to escape it, but it follows me no matter where I go. Alice looks to you with exhausted desperation in her eyes. And now that I cannot leave, it is only a matter of time until your own city of Arkham begins to unravel too. You must find a way to stop this being, for your own sake, if not for mine. Please, you must find a way. You reassure Alice to the best of your ability and depart the asylum, wondering how you can even begin this bizarre task. As you exit, the familiar sight of Arkham's downtown district ripples before your eyes, like a band of hot air in the summer, slowly beginning to distort. Before you can act any further, a grinning mouth appears before you, and a striped cat soon blossoms around it. Welcome to Wonderland, it suddenly purrs. Or perhaps you had better welcome Wonderland instead. The longer you wait, the more of it there is, and the less of you there may be. Guranthnaka is hungry, and it is very nearly supper time. Alright, setup. Gather all the cards from the Arkham in Wonderland, Warped Reality, and Gurahthnaka. Alright, let's try that again. Gurahthnaka's Shadow encounter sets. These sets are indicated by the following icons. Okay. Set the Cheshire Cat. Encounter set aside. Out of play. Sets indicated by the following icon. That's unsettling. Thanks. Thanks for that, Beard. Set the following cards aside. Put the locations into play as such. With their non-Wonderland sides revealed, each investigator begins play at the Arkham Asylum, shuffling the remainder of the encounter cards to build the encounter deck. So we've got everything set aside. This is all the stuff that's set aside. Here's us here, and I've done taken the liberty of already doing my opening hands. This is what I got. I just didn't want to do it during the game. So scoot that off to the side, and we'll read the agenda and act, and we'll take a look at the chaos bag too. A Tide of Madness, Agenda 1A. Strange waves of distortion sweep over Arkham, devolving it quickly into chaos. The city is rapidly being warped and blended with the Wonderland of Alice's dreams. Buildings and landmarks distort into unfamiliar forms, while the people unfortunate enough to be caught in these ripples are likewise distorted. You hope that you can find some way to stop or reverse these changes before you yourself are transformed by the events. 3 Doom Threshold, this is the only agenda. Act 1A, the Sphinx's Riddle. You question the strange cat, but it speaks in circular logic and nonsensical terms. You get the feeling that it is testing you rather than helping you. If you want actual answers on how to stop Gurahthnaka, you'll have to scour the city and watch the changes up close. 4 clues. And then finally, Arkham in Wonderland, minus X. X is equal to the number of Wonderland locations in play, maximum of minus 5. And minus 2 Elder Thing. If you're at a Wonderland location, discard a card from your hand at random. Ooh, not even if you fail. Yuck. Alright, I've got the bag down here. This is what it looks like right now. So we'll take a look at the locations in play, and then we'll get going. Let's get my hand open, too. So we're at the Arkham Asylum. It's a Victory 2 location. We can heal a horror. 3-1. 3-1 per investigator. Independence Square. 2-1 Victory 2. Investigators in Independence Square get +2 skill value on all tests made on or against cards with the Shadow trait. Okay. The Bank of Arkham. 3-1. When you take the resource action, you get an additional resource. The Newspaper Office. 3-1. When you take the draw action, draw 1 additional card. These are both limit once per turn. Train Station. 2-1. When you would play an asset, reduce that cost by 1 to a minimum of 1, limit once per turn. Finally, the Curiosity Shop. 4-1, Victory 1. Spend 1 resource, search the top 6 cards of your deck for an item or spell card, and draw it. Shuffle your deck. Alright, so let's just get started. I'm going to go ahead with Norman first. We're going to play this magnifying glass out of hand. we're going to draw one card, which is going to draw the deduction. Oops, nope. I should not have done that, and I will shuffle this. Hypochondria goes into play. But that's all right. We'll just not do that right now. We will investigate 6 against 3. That much of the bag is being defeated. -4. Classic. And then we will investigate again. 6. Sorry, no, that was a 7 against 3. Excuse me. 5, 6, 7 against 3. So I do succeed and get both the clues. And then we'll play a crack the case to hand him $1, $2, and hand us $1. And then last action, this should be flipped up after that was revealed. Last action, we will play this Arcane Enlightenment from the top of the deck for 1 resource. And crack the cases on top. Okay. Ba-boom. Over here, we'll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to play Thompson. We will draw a card, and we'll draw a card. Okay, interesting. Ready, ready. Ba-boom. Ba-boom. Nope. Gonna have to be really careful with this, because I'm going to fuck this up constantly. There we go. Okay, that is the first round. 1 out of 3 doom. We'll say that Tommy's the lead, I guess. Tommy's the lead. Edge of your vision. Test X equal location shroud. So testing 3 on 3. If you fail, search the encounter deck and encounter discard pile and deck for a shadow enemy and spawn and engage with you. If you search the encounter deck, shuffle it, then take 1 horror for each shadow enemy at your location. Okay. So we're testing 3 against 3. It's not a big deal if I fail that, because I'm finding an enemy anyways. So it's currently -0, so I actually pass. Fun, fun, fun. And now, over here, for Norman, we'll get a Twisted Citizen. Location with the most clues. Prey Investigator with the most clues. If there are no clues on Twisted Citizen's location, it gains Hunter. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are any amount of clues on Twisted Citizen's location, place a Doom on Twisted Citizen. So this is just going to get shafted somewhere. I guess it'll be here, because that's where we're going to be going next anyways. So we'll go with Tommy first, and we'll just take a leisurely stroll over. We'll shoot it once. 6 against 3. We'll shoot it again. 6 against 3. Classic. Quite the turn. I don't think I'm going to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would put me above hand size, so I don't think I'm going to bother with that. I'll do that later. Okay, so Norman. Let's play the Taboo Scroll Secrets. We'll use this once to look at the bottom card of the deck. We can either discard that card, add it to the hand, or place it on top, place it on the bottom, or to place it on top. So we're going to actually place that on top of the deck. We're going to scoot over, and we're going to spend 1 resource to play the Art Student from the top of the deck, gathering a clue for free, and flip that back over. Up, keep, rookie mistake. I believe this just shuffles because I have no assets with damage or horror on them. Once again, I'm going too fast. I'm going to have to pretend that that upkeep button does not exist. There we go. Research Librarian is now on top. Okay. Interesting. Okay. 2 out of 3 Doom. Over here first. Another Twisted Citizen, which is going to go right there. Attached to your location gets +1 Shroud. Shadow enemies at the attached location get 2 fight. +1 horror. +1 fight and +1 horror. Ooh, yuck. Alright, not a big deal. Oh, I think... Oh, no, it was an auto-fail. I forgot. Oh, and this guy's also not Shadow. I misread. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So... we're going to, before the turn starts, we're going to look at the bottom card of here and decide what to do with it. We will put that on top. No, there's no point in putting that on top, actually. So that's going to go to hand. Because it can get played for free off the top just as well as it can be played off from the hand. So I guess we'll go with Tommy first again. So he'll walk over and engage her. He will shoot her for 6 against 3 again. +1. Goodbye. And this time I will play my Glory for 2 cards. Okay. And then last action, I think he's just going to take a resource, and then this will trigger to gain an additional resource. Cool. Well, at least he's not discarding cards. And then Norman is going to investigate 6 against 3. Okay. 6 against 3. Getting that last clue. And you know what I think? We'll just... do I need to do the shortcut now? Does it matter too much? Yeah, I'll shortcut over. We'll just keep the tempo up and do another investigate 6 against 3. Okay, and a clue. So we've got 5 clues. We only needed 4 to advance, so we'll just advance next turn at the start of the turn, I think is what we'll do. So upkeep, upkeep. Oh my god. Right. That's gonna be really tough to train myself to not do, and I apologize in advance for how stupid this is gonna be. Alright, a Holy Rosary. Ready, ready. 3 out of 3 doom, and we advance. The city is coming apart at the seams, while shadowy creatures further unravel it by consuming anything they can tear apart. Buildings collapse as their bricks turn to ivory dominoes. Street lamps pop and blossom like daisies, and the very ground shifts like a rug on a polished floor. As distortions grow stronger, you wonder if the changes can possibly be reversed. Choose the Arkham location that is closest to Arkham Asylum that does not have the Wonderland trait. Flip that location to its Wonderland side and place 1 per investigator clues on it. Each investigator at that location takes 1 damage and 1 horror. If each Arkham location in play also has the Wonderland trait, each investigator who has not resigned is defeated and suffers a physical or mental trauma of your choice. Otherwise, flip this back to Agenda A. Fuck. Okay, so this flips over to the bad side, and it gets 2 new clues on it. Okay, well, I guess that victory is not secured, so we'll have to go back and grab those. And then we have to do our encounter phase. Another Deepening Dusk right here. That gets +1 shroud to that location. And we get Edge of Your Vision. Equal to your shroud's location's shroud value. Fuck. So I'm testing 4 against 4. We'll use the Scroll of Secrets during the test to take a look at this bottom card. And we'll just add that to our hand. No sense in messing around with that. Put that back on there. But anyways, so testing 4 against 4, and it's going to spawn an enemy with me if I fail. Okay, I do fail. Counter discard pile and deck for a shadow enemy and spawn it engaged with you. Okay. So, I don't think I've seen any shadow enemies, so I'll have to search for shadow enemy. Haunting Shade. Animated Shadow. Okay. I think we're going to take the engaged investigator's base. So it's only going to be a fight of 2. These guys are a fight of 2 as well. Do I spawn it engaged with me? Yeah, I spawn it engaged with me. So this guy's aloof, but it's actually... So I'm going to actually throw him engaged with him. Right there. Okay. So we're gonna have to be a little careful. This is currently like a 6 shroud location, I think, and my skulls are currently at -1 now. Okay, so Tommy's gonna make a shot with the Thompson against this guy. 6 against 2. And we're gonna risk that, unfortunately, as much as I don't want to. Okay, so he's toast. Should have played Gret first. Did not think about that. Oopsies. But I think we're gonna do that now because we remembered to. And then we're going to again take 2 resources due to the ability there. So that'll be Tommy. I think Norman's actually just going to get rid of this hypochondria. Because I'd like that to not be... Well, you know... It's not screwing me yet. And if I get like a turn where no enemy spawn, Tommy could just use that. Do that for a bit. So maybe I'll keep it for now. What does this do? Deal 1 horror to each investigator at Arkham Asylum at the end of the round. So he could like walk away and try and just get those clues. I wouldn't even hate that too much. Playing the Rosary wouldn't suck either, but I don't need it like right this moment. Oh, the enemy had +1 fight as well, but I drew -1, so that wasn't a big deal. I think we'll just go and try and solve that. We've got the art student to chunk it anyways, so we'll get that. We're going to have to come back and get that again too. Yuck. Oh, I don't like that at all. Alright. It is what it is. And then we'll just do an investigate 5, 6, 7 against 3 for a secret on there. And yeah, I'll just commit the perception. May as well. To be 8 against 3. So we draw the Holy Rosary. Flip this top card. It's a magnifying glass. I have an extra hand slot for a tome right now, so I'm actually going to play the magnifying glass off the top of my deck. So I am really quite nice right now. Cool. So that's both those clues. That's him completed. We're just going to do upkeep, 1 resource, 1 card draw. Okay. Why does this keep happening? Written in the Stars is on top. Okay, cool. That's one of the previewed cards. Let's see how that works. I meant to advance this turn, but we'll do it next turn. 1 out of 3 Doom. We get Haunting Shade, so he's aloof here. It's currently like a ridiculous shroud location. And a Panic Mob. Massive. Alert massive. If clues are added to Panic Mob's location or spent by investigators at Panic Mob's location, place a Doom on Panic Mob. Spend 1 clue, parlay, deal 2 damage to it. Holy shit. That's not good. We can't just spend a bunch of clues to kill him. But, oh, and I did take a horror at the end of the round, the last one. And I think that... So, let's think. How does this get dealt with? I guess is the question. Because he can't really get away from them right now. I guess he does have the mind over matter. He could evade. Yeah, okay. No. We're good. We're good. The Scroll of Secrets is also ready. So... yeah. Let's think here. We could evade him. He doesn't actually have Hunter? That's interesting. Presumably something makes them hunt me at some point. But we'll go with Norman first to evade 5 against 2. Yeah, we'll do 5 against 2. Okay, so he's evaded. We'll walk to... I kind of don't... Maybe I just leave them there. There's VP on the table. Maybe I can come back for it later. I'll walk away, and then what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to spend the 4 clues to advance. And we'll see what we're doing next. The cat appears again on a tree limb just above you, grinning as ever. Truth is far more true when found than told, it purrs. But the shadows are growing long. Don't you think it's time you went home? Not your home, of course, but Alice's. It's in the neighborhood, you see. Put the set-aside abandoned house into play. The lead investigator must immediately take control of the set-aside Cheshire Cat. Grinning guide card. Shuffle the set-aside Cheshire Cat countered set into the encounter deck. So, the Cheshire Cat... it does not say to shuffle the discard pile. That's interesting. And the Cheshire Cat goes into play with Tommy. Permanent. When you would fail a skill test by exactly 1, you automatically succeed instead. Flip the Cheshire Cat. Presumably the other side says the opposite thing. And I guess we'll see, because it's a player card. Yeah, I don't mind. Frustrating feline. When you succeed a skill test by exactly 1, you automatically fail. Flip them. Alright. You must be, said the cat, or you wouldn't have come here. If you don't know where you want to go, then it doesn't matter which path you take. Alright, cool. Nice. Okay. And we need to put the abandoned house into play, which I believe is right here. Blue triangle. Yes, yes. Okay. You cannot enter the abandoned house while there are clues on connecting locations. Oh, fuck. Alright, well, that sucks. Okay, so we do have 1 action left. I didn't think I used this turn, so I'm just going to use it now. A shortcut, yeah, it'll just go to hand. Okay. I'm going to want to come back for those clues once this flips that one back over. Yeah, okay, so we're going to shortcut over to here. And we're going to investigate a lot against 3. 7 against 3. Okay. Ba-bam. Alright, Tommy is going to engage this guy. Make a fight. This is 7 against 3, I believe. 7 against 3. He's dead. We'll exhaust Gretz to grab that clue. Oh, I should have read the new act. Right. After an investigator enters the abandoned house advance. So, alright, I had the right idea there. Amid the chaos overlap of this other world, an English country house has appeared in the neighborhood just south of you. If what the cat suggested is true, then the key to stopping these worlds from merging lies inside. Okay. Okay, so that was that. And then final action. I guess we'll just kind of keep up with Norman. I could, like... I think I could justify walking in there. The problem is that I need to, like, act of desperation to get my other Thompson out. And that would kind of suck a bit, I think. So, I guess I'll not do that. Maybe I'll go back for him later. Could, like, act of desperation. Okay, move, act of desperation, then Thompson with both vicious blows, and then spend the clue to finish him off, right? And then I've got 6 resources. Oh man, that would suck to auto fail so bad. Last action with Tommy. Should I go do that? I kind of feel like I should. It would be pretty funny. Would be pretty funny. Yep, I'm actually going to do that. So last action, I'll take 2 resources with the ability on Bank of Arkham. and then we'll just go do that next turn. Okay, so he readies. I think he was supposed to ready last turn, maybe? No, that was this turn. Upkeep. We'll do. What we'll do is we'll flip the Written in the Stars, then we'll click Upkeep, and then we'll flip the card. Harbinger. When it's revealed on the top of your deck, cards in your deck can't be searched, drawn, or manipulated in any way except by the ability below. Discard the Harbinger. This ability may be activated while the Harbinger is on top of your deck, as if it were in your threat area. Okay, so that's him. 2 out of 3 Doom. We'll get some more stuff. Abandon Reason. Test 3. If you fail, attach Abandon Reason to your location and place a Doom on it. If Abandon Reason has no Doom on it, discard it. Take a Horror, remove a Doom. Okay, I think that's fine to just take it 0. Of course it is. And we'll see what we can do over here. Another Twisted Citizen. Uh-oh. This guy's all the way over here. Yuck. Well, Tommy, I think it's going to be move. Active Desperation is what we're going to have to be doing. So, let's just do that first. So Tommy's going to move. And Tommy's going to move. And then he's going to use an Active Desperation, discarding his Thompson for plus a ridiculous amount to hit for 2 damage. Yeah, well, I mean, you know, that's what happens. Okay, that's Tommy. We're going to remove the Harbinger from the top of the deck. And then we're going to, I guess we're just going to investigate here. 7 against 3. +1. Okay, so enemy phase is going to occur. She's going to attack for 1 and 1, so I'm just going to put that on Gret, just so that I can maybe get that money back. I don't mind taking 4 back, I think, from her. That sounds good to me. Provided I can kill her next turn. In fact, I can play the Thompson, get her killed for the full refund with an attack of opportunity. Okay, I'd be happy with that. Upkeep. That occurs again, so we're going to be flipping this one. Putting 2 clues on it. Yuck, that one looks tough to deal with. It's a ways back, too. Wonder if I should flip this one instead. -2 skill value on all tests made on or against cards with the Shadow trait. Also, by the way, take a look at the art here. I don't know if maybe I'm not highlighting this enough, but we see Wonderland starting to emerge through the cracks. We'll see the rest of them later. Okay. We can get into the abandoned house now, but let's continue with the encounter phase. Okay. That's a bummer, because now I'm actually taking damage from both of them, right? Cannot make attacks of opportunity or be engaged. Oh, can't make attacks of opportunity. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay. And then over here, vanished away. Surge, peril. Choose a player who does not currently control a Cheshire Cat. That player immediately takes control of the Cheshire Cat. And this surges. Distorting Influence. If there's no copy of Distorting Influence attached to your location, then attach it. Otherwise, gain surge. Investigators at the attached location swap their base values of their willpower and intellect and the base values of their combat and agility. So that's not hugely important, but interesting, I guess. So we'll start off with Tommy. I'll do exactly what I said, where I'm going to play the Thompson from hand, which is going to deal 1 and 1, going on Gret, which is going to give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resources, and she'll shuffle back into the deck. And I will pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for a Thompson. I will spend 1 to shoot the Twisted Citizen. I believe this flipped over to a Doom? No, it doesn't flip to a Doom. She just has a Doom on her. Okay. So I'm shooting 6 against 3. That's fine. -2 now, by the way. These are getting nasty, but he's toast. me just punch him? No, I can't just punch him. I'm only 2 up. Right. Okay. So then I'll shoot him 2 up. Okay, and he's also toast. Shame I don't have Gret to pick these up, but that's okay. So now that I'm here in this particular moment, do I go back for those? I kind of feel like the answer is yes, but it's going to take a while. Maybe I should proceed with the act stuff first. It's hard to say. Yeah. I guess the question is, do I go back for 2, or do I just like get the 1 and then try to complete the objective? Right? Yeah, just go back for the 2. I've got a mind over matter in hand if I get in a really bad bind, and I've got a Eureka. Yeah. So we'll walk back twice, 1, 2. And what we'll do is we'll play over our art student with another art student for a free clue. Yeah. Okay. Nothing happens there. We're going to ready up. Upkeep here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then flip that. And upkeep here. And then flip that. Another written in the stars. Okay. 1 out of 3 doom. And we'll get disjunction. Discard any number of cards from your hand or from play whose total cost is equal to or greater than your location's shroud value. If you cannot, take 1 damage and 1 horror. Greater than or equal to? Equal to or greater than. I could discard the Winchester. Or the Thompson. I don't like the idea of discarding the Winchester. I don't like the idea of discarding the Thompson, because then I have to play the Winchester and probably both keep faiths, like, as I'm going to fight something. So I think I will discard the Winchester. Okay. So my base is currently 4 instead of 5 here. That should be okay. So I'm at 6 against 5. I could be at 7 against 5. I don't need money. 8 against 5. I'm getting another written in the stars. 9 against 5. I think I'll do that. 9 against 5. Okay, -1. Grab that last clue. Which is going to look at the top 3 cards of the deck and choose 1 to draw. I'm going to draw the written in the stars, just like I said, because I still have a enraptured and a perception in there, I believe. Nice, interesting. Shame, but interesting. And then we're going to move, and I think we're going to move into the abandoned house. Advance. You open the door to the quaint house and step inside hesitantly. The rooms are mostly bare, and what little furniture remains... Oh, did I need to spend clues for that? No. What little furniture remains is covered with the dusty white sheets. The whole search seems more futile by the moment until you enter a room whose only furnishing is a large mirror on the mantel above the fireplace. Curiously, the mirror's surface ripples intermittently, and through it you can see an entirely different room. As you approach for a closer look, the scratching of paws on the old wooden floor directs your attention back to the hall behind you. A white rabbit dressed in old Victorian clothing dashes away, clutching a pocket watch and mumbling to itself. You won't get a chance to investigate both before Arkham completely unravels. The investigators must decide. Choose 1. We have to find out what the rabbit is up to, or we have to figure out how to get inside that mirror. We're either going to be putting aside the white rabbit into play at the abandoned house and advancing to 3A, or putting the looking glass into play at the abandoned house and advancing to 3A, looking through the looking glass. Now, as I understand it, because I am not going into this completely blind, my decision here is going to completely affect the order that I do all of the scenarios in. And you might be unfamiliar with this, but I'll just show you what I mean really quickly. Prologue, Arkham, and Wonderland, and you either go to the White Queen and work your way up, or you go to the Dodo and you work your way down. Right? So, looks like the Looking Glass is down to the White Queen, and chasing the White Rabbit is the Dodo. I don't know which way is the correct way, or which way is like the not resulting in me going backwards through the scenario guide, because there's no numbers here. But just based on the sales pitch of what's happening, I think the White Rabbit just sounds a lot cooler to chase. I don't know if chasing him is a great idea with Tommy and Norman. That might be a shit idea, but we're going to put the set aside White Rabbit into play at the abandoned house, and in fact advance to follow the White Rabbit. So there's follow the White Rabbit, and we're going to put him at the abandoned shop. At the end of the round, move the White Rabbit to the nearest location without an investigator. When you enter the White Rabbit's location, test Intellect or Agility 4. You may spend any amount of clues to get +2 skill value for this test for each clue spent. If you succeed, place 1 clue on the current act. Whether you succeed or fail, move him to the nearest location without an investigator. Okay. Cool. So, he's going to be running away from us, and we're going to need to get 3 clues on him. So I think we've got a lot of time to get this and maybe even get him. So that's interesting. Now, it says when you enter his location. He just entered my location. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that right this minute. I don't know. I would assume that I could, but I could also be very wrong on that. So I'm going to play it as though I don't, I think. Yeah, I'm going to play it as though I don't. Yeah. Okay, so that's Norman's turn, and he's just standing there. Over here on Tommy, I'm going to actually just play my keepsake and coat for the sake of not going nuts. And then I'm actually going to move to the newspaper office. Oh, should I do that? Yeah, I'd like to be in a more central location. Okay, so that's gonna shove him over here, and that's fine, I think. Because I think I want to head this way to clear out the panicked mob, anyways. And what I can do is move him there. He'll move back in. Move Tommy this way. He'll move this way, kind of thing, and then come back over here for the VP later. Because this is gonna, I guess, does the abandoned house? Oh, it's already a Wonderland location. Okay, so my Wonderland is currently at -3. I'll have to keep that in mind. I'm going to go to -4 pretty soon. I'll have to be really careful. Okay, boom, boom. That flips over, and I get an upkeep and an upkeep, and that flips it back over. Kleptomania, put it into play in your play area. Okay, so we're going to be taking some money. Ooh, a lever. Cool, cool, cool. So we're probably going to try to do something. At the end of the round, move him to the nearest location without an investigator. So he's there now. Okay. 2 out of 3 doom. Test 3. If you fail, place that to your location and place a doom on it. So 3 against 3. We'll just keep testing this. I fail. Attach this to the location and put a doom on it. But I'm just going to take a horror to remove the doom, obviously, right? Like, it's pretty straightforward. For here, impossible paths. Attach this to your location. When you would take an action to move from the attached location, test 0. This test difficulty increases 1 for each location connected to your location. If you fail, cancel the effects of the move. Fuck that. Ouch. That's painful. Wow, that is rough. I'd like to get this delve played too. So I'm probably going to have to discard that, and I just don't really want to do it. So, take a horror to discard the doom off that, and then discard it. I guess we'll move down to Tommy, or to Norman, and then we'll, any items here that I can take control of? Doesn't look like it. Take $2 from him. Shuffle that back into the deck. A lot of burn draws on Tommy. We'll double action to remove the impossible paths. And then we'll move up here, chasing him around. At the end of the round, move him to the nearest location without an investigator. When you enter his location, test book 4. So I'm testing a book of 5. He doesn't have shadow, so nothing's happening there. Testing book 5 against 4. I can commit an enraptured to get a free scroll thing. Oh no, I can spend clues to get +2 each, can't I? I'm going to spend a clue to get +2, so I'll be 7 against 4. And yeah, you know what? I'll put the enrapture in it to be 8 against 4. -4. Okay, so it's a good thing that happened. I shouldn't have done that. Is it a clue up on this that I put on? 3 clues. That's what it is, right? Place a clue on the current act from the token bank. Whether you succeed or fail, move him to the nearest location without an investigator. So I think I'm going to move him back this way. Because I don't really want to walk back into this. Yeah, okay, so that's his turn. Upkeep. Oh, I did put a secret on this. I'm actually going to use it before the end of my turn. Sorry, I should have done this first. But, I'm going to just add that to my... I'll just add that to the hand, and then I'll draw the lever as well, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that flips, then upkeep, then that flips. Dream Enhancing Serum. Okay. Alright, that's that round. Oh, right. 1, 2, 3. This is going to flip on me. Can't gain resources. It gets 2 clues, and I believe I take a damage in a horror, don't I? Which is a damage in a horror. And then after I take 1 more damage, I also take a direct horror. So I'll just kill her off. That seems fine. That's fine. Okay. And then those are there. So let's think here. I guess he could move Thompson, take a hit for the turn, and then next turn finish him off with a clue, and then I can just have Norman go chase him around. I wouldn't mind clearing this as well, if possible, but we'll see what the encounter deck throws at us. 1 out of... nope. I just got up to 3, so that would be an extra 1. Discarding the number of cards from your hand or play whose total cost is equal to or greater than your collection shroud value. Shroud of 2. Ugh. I'll discard or keep faith. Yeah, okay. Over here, another Deepening Dusk. Ton of shroud here. This is a 5 shroud location. That's yucky. Okay. That's fine. We'll, I think I'm out of books in the deck? I think so. Yeah, I'm out of books to fetch with these guys, but they are decent soak. Let's try to think of what we can even do here. I guess, like I said, I can have them split up. I've still got the Mind Over Matter as an out for Norman, and I can go move, big shot against him with the Vicious Blows. If that misses, then he can take the damage on the chin with the... Yeah, okay. We'll go with Tommy first, I guess. So he'll move. And then he'll take a shot with the Thompson, putting both of those into it. That is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 against 4. -4. So that is a 4 damage shot. And then next turn, we'll be spending the clue to finish them off. You know what? I think I'm just going to play this Keep Faith now. I'm going to play this Keep Faith now. Just to feel happy. It might help with the stuff down here. So Norman is going to scoot over to the White Rabbit, immediately taking that intellect test again. I don't know about the Livre. I think we're going to commit these to be 5, 6, 7 against 4. Ooh, no, we're not. Yuck. It's only going to be 6 against 4. These are also -4s now. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Wonderland locations. So 4, 5, 6 against 4. Well, you know what? It's still quite a lot of the bag. We'll give it a go. Yeah. Whether you succeed or fail, move him to the nearest location without an investigator. We'll just scoot him right there, I guess. We'll just try it again. It's fine. We'll move again. Testing 5 against 4. And you know what? We'll just take the test and oh yeah, see, look. I forgot about my clues up there, but he scoots there. And then the last action, we will, you know what I might do? I'm going to play over my Scroll of Secrets with this Livre. Yeah. Just in case, it'll get me one closer to my perception in the deck, right? That's kind of what that does. Okay. So he attacks for 2, which is going to kill my leather coat, giving me $2 to shuffle it back into the deck. At the end of the round, he's going to move, but that doesn't really feel super relevant right now. Okay, bunch of delves. Interesting. 1 out of 3 doom. Vanished away. He swaps back over. Curious and Curiouser. Put into play in your threat area. As an additional cost to investigate, if there are more clues on any other location than on your location, take 1 horror. Ugh, that's weird. Okay. Ah, another panicked mob. Fuck! Okay, I think I can just kill both of them this turn, can't I? Yeah. Okay. So that's what's happening this turn. Tommy will spend 1 clue to deal 2 damage to this panicked mob, tossing him into the victory display. And then he's going to start on his way back. 1 move, and then another move. And then we're going to spend 1, 2, 3 to deal 2, 4, 6 to this panic mob. Each of those adds a doom to him, right? Yeah, but that's fine. So that was a burned turn to get a bunch of things. Yeah. A deduction. Okay, super. So we'll get those clues, and then we'll finish this off. If you do not control any clues, this gains surge. All right, goodbye. If you do not control any clues, this gains surge. Okay, goodbye. Flip the Cheshire Cat, and this gains surge, or this has surge. Nonsensical advice. Shuffle any amount of cards from your hand back into your deck and draw an equal amount of cards. For each card you do not shuffle back into your deck, lose 1 resource. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't really want to draw my weakness, I guess. Did that have surge? Fucking hell. Discard any number of cards from your hand or from play whose total cost is equal to or greater than your location's shroud value. Okay. So I have to discard up to 3 cost worth of cards. Let's discard the fight or flight because I have no damage, and let's discard Madame Le... Ooh, yeah, Madame Lebranche. No, we're going to discard Glory. I'm going to get Madame Lebranche into play and Becky into play shortly, I think. Then over here we get Flip the Cheshire Cat and Abandon Reason. Test 3. So I'm testing 4 against 3. I'm just going to commit this Holy Rosary to it. 5 against 3? I'm happy with 5 against 3. Yep. Doesn't fail. Okay. Okay. Let's go with... we'll go with Norman first. So he is going to investigate this location. 5, 6, 7, 8 against 4. -3 for both clues. We're going to play a Delve Too Deep. Testing 3 against 3 over here. Passed by 4. Location with the most clues. We're going to put him right there. Yeah. Okay, so that goes into the victory display. Should we finish it, or should we spend one more turn? I think we're going to spend one more turn, and we're going to actually, last action, play a Dream Enhancing Serum from the deck and reveal this Perception. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Tommy is going to play Madame Lebranche. Scoot over. And shoot this guy once. 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 5, 4, 5, 6 against 3. Whoops. He is defeated. Shame about the glory. Okay. Up. Keep. Last card of the deck there. Because I don't really need this much money. Choose the Arkham location that's closest to the Arkham Asylum that does not have a Wonderland trait. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Cannot draw cards. Place 2 clues on it. Damage and a horror. These are now -5s, I believe. Yuck. That's okay, we've got a lot of clues. I think we can just crush this test. We even have 2 chances at it. Animated Shadow. And a Curious and Curiouser. Okay. There's additional cost to investigate. If there are more clues on any other location than on your location, take 1 horror. Okay, so that's actually really fine. And we're just going to play the Delve first action. That's a bummer. But it does go into the victory display. And then we will... yeah, what we'll do is we'll attempt to leave. Second action. We're at 1 against, I believe, 2. Yep, 1 against 2. So we'll commit this and this. Oh, what am I doing? Let's try this again. Use a mind over matter to be using my intellect instead. So I'm 5 against 2. And then I will commit a perception to that to be 7. 7 against 2. So I'm 5 up. I successfully get to walk away. I land on the white rabbit. I draw this Eureka, by the way, from what I just did, from the perception there. I successfully get to do his test of intellect 4. So I'm intellect 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 against 4. -2, I'm out at a Wonderland location. I get to place a clue up on the act. 3 per investigator clues in this act advance. Whoopsies, I guess I'm chasing around a bunch more. And I'll, I believe Eureka did nothing there. Well, that's my bad for misreading it, but I'll keep chasing him. Chase him again. I'll be 5, 6, 7. Sorry, 6, 7, 8, 9 against 4 for another clue, and I'll just send him back here. Okay, we won't be too hard up on finishing this off, I don't think. Tommy is going to shoot this animated shadow to be 6 against 4. Oh, whoops, I had -1 there. So a -5 actually, or one of the skulls would have actually gotten me. Screwed me there, but that's fine. So 6 against 4. Nice. We will play over the Thompson with Becky. And we'll come reinforce Norman here. So we do not draw cards during upkeep. Okay, so to be clear, this should have shuffled after I drew the whatever he got, the Curious and Curiouser. So this should be shuffled before that guy got discarded. Hunting Shade, Hunter Aloof. Over here, a Twisted Citizen. We'll send her over here and we'll go deal with her again. Okay. But let's just try and close it with Norman, I think. Is that going to be possible? Maybe not. So we'll engage this guy. With Tommy. We'll shoot him once with Becky. 6. It's not 6, right? It's only 2. Let's think about this a little harder. We'll go kill this guy first, and we'll let this guy hunt onto us. Yeah, that sounds okay to me. So we'll move over here, engaging him. We'll shoot him with Becky. 6 against 3. I think you should have one less. Whoops, shoot. Okay, a bless and a -4. I think that's no different. So it's a -2 total, which is successful. And last action, I think I'll just draw a card. Rookie mistake. I believe that discards my cherished keepsake. That's okay. As long as I'm no longer eating that constantly. Okay, so Norman is going to move over to here to try this test. 5 against 4. I think I should have less resources on Tommy because I feel like he was standing here for a while, but I don't know how many less. So I'm just going to take another one away. So 5 against 4. 1-up's not great, but I don't actually have any commits for this. So we'll just run it. Yeah, massive failure. We'll scoot him back down. Yep. But what we'll do is we'll actually investigate. 5, 6, 7 against 2. Picking up a clue. And then we'll move back. Oh, okay, so I don't take a horror from that because these ones didn't have more. They had an equal amount. But anyways, we'll do the test again. We'll be 4 because of this swap. 5, 6, 7, 8. Bummer. Okay. And you'll just swap back. I wonder if fishing for -1s is going to be effective. I don't think that's really going to be effective enough. So he's just chilling. Probably should have discarded this a while ago. But anyways. Upkeep, but you don't gain a resource. And then upkeep, but you don't get a card. 2 out of 3 Doom. Don't control any clues, so it surges. The Cheshire Cat swaps, and that surges. Test of my current Shroud value, which is 5, so 3 against 5. I very fail, and I have to spawn a Shadow engaged with me. I think I'll have to do this one since he doesn't get attacks of opportunity against me. Then take 1 horror for each shadow enemy at your location. Okay. I wonder if I missed that last time. Or have I only passed that? I think so. I think that might be the case. And over here we get Abandon Reason. If you fail, attach it and place a Doom. Okay. We'll just commit the Dream Enhancing Serum to this to be 6 against 3. -2, but I'm at a Wonderland location, so I have to discard a card from my hand. I think it's random, but I only have that 1 card, so fine. Okay, so yeah, what we want to do here. This guy's like really tough because he currently has a lot of extra fight because of these. So I guess we walk into the abandoned house to deal with this guy. Right? And then we'll shoot him once? Like, that doesn't seem like great odds. How am I going to deal with him? I guess if he kills Madame, I can just put all the ammo on Becky. So that actually I think is fine. I wonder, is there something more useful I can be doing with this? I'm kind of, not really picking up clues. I don't think it's really possible for him to be picking up clues, is the problem. I haven't drawn any of my clue stuff. Maybe I'll stand around drawing cards for a bit. Yeah, let's draw a card. Overpower, actually, okay. So we'll walk down here, and then we'll shoot him with Becky and an overpower committed to be at 6, 7, 8 against 4. -1, that does kill him. We'll draw a card with overpower. Boom. Boom. Okay. Norman. What are we going to do with you, buddy? I think we're going to investigate 6 against 3. Nope. 6 against 5 is what that would be. But I can't really just keep trying this. I guess, I mean, it's about the exact same, isn't it? So we'll move up there. 5 against 4. Successful. And he'll move here. Move again. 4 against 4 here. Successful. There we go. That's the last clue. 4, 5, 6 clues on this act. Advance this act. Okay. Following the rabbit is no easy task. It moves rapidly through the unstable terrain without sparing a moment to notice you. You nearly lose track of it in a thick tangle of bushes, but finally catch a glimpse of the rabbit leaping down a hole. You approach the rabbit hole in exasperation, wondering how to proceed. But as you stand there, The hole slowly widens to a much larger and seemingly bottomless pit. You look to the cat for advice, but it merely grins, waiting for you to act. Foolish as it seems, you steel your nerves and leap into the pit. R1. Here we go. The terror of diving into the pit quickly fades into apprehension and soon curiosity. The counted seconds stretch to minutes, though easily tracked by the constant ticking of the clocks lining the walls of the rabbit hole. Just as you wonder if you might very well fall infinitely, the ground suddenly rises below you, and you land with surprisingly little impact. Rising to your feet, you spy the fleeting form of the white rabbit once again sprinting down a long corridor before you. With no way back up, and Arkham likely in shambles anyhow, you have little choice but to continue following the strange creature. The corridors wind endlessly, diverging and converging like the tunnels of an ant colony. Doors fill every part of the walls, no two alike in shape, size, or style. Your curiosity is stifled, however, as you find each solidly locked. With no alternative but to continue down the hallway, you soldier onward in pursuit of the rabbit. In your campaign log, record that the investigators went down the rabbit hole, and we each gain VP equal to the victory X value of each card in the victory display. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a really happy start for me. I like 9 in an opening scenario. 9 is a very fair amount. I never typed these guys in, so we'll put in Tommy and Norman. I'm, of course, playing both of them, so I'm not going to bother with that. And followed the rabbit down the hole. I don't think that's quite how it was worded, but we'll... Does it say skip to resolution 3 now? Okay, so we now read resolution 3. Was I correct? Is that correct? Yes, okay. The investigators went down the rabbit hole, okay. Resolution 3. I do hope you'll forgive our cold hospitality. A welcoming committee simply couldn't be arranged. The Cheshire Cat appears before you, its grin ever constant. For the first time since the danger started, you at last have a moment to chastise the cat. Appearing and disappearing, helping you and hindering you, it only proves to muddle your understanding of the bizarre events. I'm afraid I can't help it, the cat purrs serenely. My nature is madness. Everyone is mad in Wonderland, you see. You yourself are beginning to go mad, or else you wouldn't be here. You'd like to refute the cat, but you feel as if you're already walking a path of madness and trying to save Arkham from these bizarre occurrences. The Cheshire Cat orbits you slowly, observing you from all angles as it speaks. Still, I am a creature of Wonderland, and it is in my best interest to preserve my home, just as it is in your best interest to preserve yours. Quizzically, Alice has entrusted you with both. The cat rises up to stare you in the eye at an uncomfortably close distance. You'll carry on, of course, but how will you carry on? Like a surgeon cutting out the infection? Its head detaches to punctuate the point, or like a miner blasting all to oblivion. The cat's body scatters as if blown apart, but the head remains eerily in place. Whether you trim gently or tear it out by the roots, any future is preferable to being consumed utterly. Alice would agree, I should think. Assuming she is still lucid after being made into a gateway, of course. The cat's head fades away, leaving only its grin behind once more. You have a lot to consider, and a long road ahead. As you travel through Alice's dreams, the fate of the mad realm of Wonderland also rests in your hands. Each denizen that you aid or destroy has a direct effect on the stability of the dreams. It may seem like a simple choice to cooperate with and save everyone you can, but the stronger Wonderland is, the more easily Gurathnaka can use it to strike out against the waking world. Will you protect Wonderland while bolstering the shadows, or will you burn it away as you cauterize the wounds that the Eater of Dreams inflicted on Arkham? How will Alice's psyche fare as you traverse her strange dreams? Be aware of anything that could help preserve her sanity. Check the campaign log. If the investigators went down the rabbit hole, proceed to interlude the dodo. Should I read this now? Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to read the interlude and do deck upgrades. after the next episode. I hope that this was a really cool introduction into the Alice in Wonderland campaign. It was definitely a fun scenario. I'm not sure if you caught this while I was just reading the one, but if you went through the Looking class, you skip to the interlude The White Queen, which is on page 41, and you start going backwards. So there's two ways to play the campaign. Presumably, the difficulty and maybe some acts change how the scenarios are played a bit, or maybe there's some setup changes. So I'm definitely really looking forward to continuing this. I thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time for the Dodo and a Sea of Troubles. Take care.